Hello, my name is Benjamin Timothy Goby, and for my project, the BTG Interviews, today I'm interviewing
Philip Harvey. And I've been working as a background artist, walk-on, and supporting artists, and double, hand double, foot double, every double, for the last 20 years. Starting off from Harry Potter, when I didn't even know what Harry Potter was, all the way through to recently working on Wonder Woman 1984. It's been a good time, and I've been very lucky to have worked on some cracking shows, films that I particularly love as well, and films that my children love. Mm-hmm. My first Star Wars job was through my children sending in a email to my agent saying, please can my daddy be on in the Star Wars films. Unfortunately at that time somebody just dropped out because they couldn't wear the mask because they got claustrophobic. Mm-hmm. And I found myself on set and being directed by George Lucas himself. Wow. Which was amazing. And then in current years I ended up doubling for Max von Sydow in The Force Awakens. Again, came home in the morning after having done a night shoot, jumped up and down to my bed, and you won't believe what I've been doing to my wife, you know. And now my children are working on the films as well. And wow. My son was a mud trooper on Solo for 8 weeks, which was his most glorious time ever. And my other son was just in Johnny English recently as well.
Strikes back.
Yeah.
Strikes again.
That's it, yes, yeah. Yeah. In fact, he had loads of people who knew him phone up going, do you know that you're in Johnny English? It's as if he'd just been in the street and he'd been directed. But I mean, one of the most recent ones that was wonderful was doubling for Ted Levine on Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, where I had to work with the animatronic dinosaur.
Is that the one that's being released soon? Is it?
Oh, the one that's just been released. Yeah,
the one that's just been released. Yeah.
Yeah, where there was an animatronic dinosaur, and I had to sneak up on it and kick it. And they said, and you bend down, attempt to try and take one of the teeth out with these pliers, and then when the dinosaur wakes up, act surprised. I didn't have to act surprised. As you can imagine, the minute its nose flared, I was like, oh, and then it just gripped my arm. And it looks fantastic on film. But then the stuntman went in after me, and that was quite a frightening experience for him, because I took him up in the air on a wire and dropped him on the floor and smashed him against the cages. So yeah, I've been very lucky, but you know, nowadays I'm only able really to do the good jobs like Dublin and being a stuntman and things like that, because of just haven't got the time anymore, and I'm too old. Okay. So yes.
At what age did you start acting?
Well, I started from early age, just doing amateur stuff. You know, I started off backstage, then I was on stage singing, dancing, then I was in the orchestra pit, then I was in front of house, and then I left completely. But then in more recent years, say 20 years ago, they filmed the film Enigma near us, and they asked for extras locally. I ended up doubling for Do Grace Scott on that, just from being there and having the right funds apparently as well. Yeah. For hand doubling, and then I got an agent after that, and then moved on to do lots of things. But now, I'd say when I started, there was only 1,000 extras on the books. Now there's about 300,000. So wow. It's just luck a lot of the time. I'm just waiting for Horrible Histories is my next one that's coming out, and then Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah. Which I got to have some good fun with my friends on there as well. So. Yeah.
What has been the best and most challenging moments in your career?
Probably Wonder Woman 1984, which I can't tell you about, unfortunately, where I just turned up on the day thinking I was going to be a background artist, and ended up doing acting full on to camera there, sort of thing. Wow. But really, it's just the ability to just pretend you're somebody else. I've been in Robin Hood fighting people and burning down a village and driving. The Robin Hood with I forgot his name now.
2010?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I forgot his name, obviously.
Yeah. sorry, I've forgotten your name. Yeah, no, it was really good fun, and just doing archery, driving around in the Humvee, shooting things up, being in Children and Men was one of my favourite films. Being with Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow, again, one of my favourite films.
Just mentioned that.
Oh, did he? Was he on Burn as well?
He was part of Edge of Tomorrow, and Tom Cruise walked past and went, "Morning."
Oh yeah, no. I mean, everyone told me that Tom was, a bit, you had to keep your distance from him, but he was just marvellous. He really was. He just, told because we had a scene that then got cut from the movie, as usual, like most of my things. But that was great, and so I've been very, very lucky, and particularly just when you were standing or doubling for things, you just feel so much more a part of the film, and that you've got more to offer, and you're treated more as a member of the crew as well. It's and hence why my children have all decided to do it as well, because they've just enjoyed the fun of being there, getting paid for doing something that's really enjoyable. So.
Which actors, actresses, and other celebrities have you enjoyed working with before?
But most of the time we don't get to talk to them at all. But
I've noticed that recently when actors have spoken to other actors and they've mentioned that they've worked with such and such, and I'm just like, do you still stay in touch? And they're like, no, I only spoke to him like one line, like I.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. But I mean, most of the time we were told not to talk to the principals at all. But when you're doubling for them, of course they will talk to you, and they come and see what you're doing, so that they can emulate it afterwards. In the film, but no, most of them have been really friendly. I mean, when I did Star Wars Force Awakens, I got to meet everybody because I was in the same makeup truck with them. John Boyega recognised me from having arrested him in an earlier film and things like that. So that was great, and just to have Jade. My greatest moment really is probably when J.J. Abrams said to me, he said, "Hey Phil, you're killing it," when I was dead on the floor, pretending I was Lil Santeca. But yeah, it's really good fun.
Is there any role or character you would like to portray in the future, and why?
I just love working on war films, really. So there's quite a few. I often look to see what films are coming up and see things that I'd like to do. Yeah. At the moment, I'm up for playing a US Marine, which I'm going to hopefully find out today for a.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a comic book film called I forgot what it's called now. The Old Guard, where mercenaries travel back in time to take part in battles and things. So if I'm lucky, I'll get that. But no, there's just anything really. But I do I do particularly like doubling for people and for standing in, because you become part of the crew, and you get a lot of fun from that.
And how do you feel your career has adapted over the years, and which areas of acting do you feel you need to improve in?
Well, it's only my second job really, because you only just get it, whatever jobs you get. I'm self-employed, so I can stop what I'm doing and go and do the acting and whenever I have. But really, I've just grown in confidence. I mean, particularly say this Wonder Woman 1984, I was called upon to do things that I've never done before, straight to camera, and surprising myself that I was able to cry and things like that just on. Being asked to do that.
Find new experiences.
Yeah. I mean, I'd just say, and because never having been much experience in the military, I do like doing all the military ones as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And just pretending you're somebody else is the greatest part of it, I think.
And what advice would you have for me who wants to go into directing and acting?
Oh right, it's really just take every opportunity you can. I mean, a lot of the contacts I've made were for just helping people out with their student films. My son's directed loads of films, and I've been in those as well. Probably ruined them. But any opportunity you can, just take it. Particularly, so I made a lot of good contacts and friends through just doing a film called Magnesium with about killer Asian robots, but it was just it's led to lots of other things, and really it's just luck, a lot of it really is, and who you know. I think hopefully you know someone.
Thank you very much.
That's great, really nice to talk to you.
Thank you.